Well, we've talked continually. I told these guys 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, that all these games are going to be tight. They have to understand that it's going to be a one-score game. It's going to be overtimes, and we always talk about attention to detail. We always talk about doing the little things, and we had a chance to win the game. Didn't get it done. Albany, we got it done. We didn't get it done against Delaware.
Is it one thing, or is it something different each game that's keeping you back when you don't get it done?
Well, we had some opportunities. We got them in some third and mediums to longs where, we wanted to get them in those situations. And we had, I think we had the right things called. And we just, some ways you just don't execute good enough. We had some blitzes called, and really it was a coaching issue because we were just calling the blitz and not the front with it, and we weren't getting the front set correctly, and that's on us. We put a lot on Dale Matthews as far as getting everybody lined up, and he kind of resorted. He went to this how we normally set up, and if we're not bringing the pressure that we were bringing, and it kind of caused some confusion 4 or 5 times. Again, that's on coaches. That's on us. That's on us not recognizing it quickly enough. It's not on him whatsoever. So that hurt us a little bit, gave him a little bit of extra time to throw it in man coverage, and they converted, I think, 3 first downs on that where we felt like the blitz could have come clean. But, little things like that. So it is coaching. It's, some it's players. I think they'll be the first ones to say, hey, listen, I didn't execute the way I was coached. But also it's on coaching too. It's on me and our coaches too to make sure that our techniques are the right techniques. We're putting our guys in the best possible position, and we're giving them a chance to compete and play fast. And so it was a group effort from players, coaches to anything that kind of went wrong there. But I'm not going to throw our coaches under the bus, players. It was when we win, it's a group effort. Obviously, when we lose, it's a group effort. Offense, defense, special teams, coaches, players. We got to. I think our mindset's really good right now. I think our guys believe they can win. I don't think there's anybody hanging their heads. I think they're excited to play this week. So we'll regroup, try to put them in the best positions we can, and let them play fast.
Hey, do you bring up that 2008 season that you were part of here, 4-3, and Spiders took off, didn't lose again?
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that, Eddie?
No, I just told our guys, 4-3 is not the end of the world. But I also told them, I said, we need to go get a win this week. That's it. But I think they understand that, 4-3 is not the end of the season. 4-3 doesn't put us out of any of our goals. So, but yeah, I brought it up and we got to win a game. That's it.
Coach, one of your strong points seems to be receiver. You guys are catching the ball well, and your game through the air has been solid. Not to make you talk positively about him right in front of him, but what's Tyler meant to you guys, and what does he bring to the table, and how has he kind of been a difference maker for you guys this year?
Well, I think where Tyler is so good is what he does with the ball after the catch, and I think you guys see that. The catch for 4 and 5 is not good enough for him. So you guys have probably seen that quite a bit, that what he does with the ball after he catches it is huge. That's a difference. Instead of 4 or 5, he's getting 12 and 13 and sometimes taking it, a touchdown. But I think I'm more proud of him for what he brings to the table, blocking wise. I know some of you guys didn't see it, but on Gordon Collins' run, I think it was Townsend, Tyler's block at the end there. He pancaked the dude. So, he's turning himself into a really, not only a guy that's always been able to run routes and catch the football, but turned himself into a more dynamic player and a more well-rounded player. And I think that's what I'm most pleased about with him.
Stony Brook's had some success blocking punts.
They have.
Yeah.
I know it.
With your punt game, is the way it's getting off the way you want it to get off in terms of those low liners, or would you prefer something different?
No, we're going to try to rugby it and roll the ball. Now we got to do a better job, because you can get the 60-yarders out of that, that where that thing rolls, and DJ just has to kick it away from the return guy, and make sure it's obviously high enough. Where somebody, but they blocked it they blocked their punts on sheer effort, scheme, and that's what I showed our guys. Nobody really has the same scheme we have, but I did show the effort to block punts. I mean, it's really good, and they get after it. So, we got a ways to go with our punt unit, but we're going with it, and. I do want to bring up, the snap with DJ Helkowski. I don't know if I brought that up, but, not his fault. I run the punt team, and that's strictly on me. It was loud. We got to have a way to make sure he hears what's being said back there, because Madison Day was getting ready to fix something, an overload, to fix it, and we practiced that, but never once in my mind did I think that we wouldn't be able to hear Madison, and really he didn't, and it was loud, and most of the guys said they couldn't hear him at that point in time, and he heard something, and he started, and he tried to hold on to the ball, and that's why it rolled back like that. It wasn't a poor snap. It wasn't, anybody out there just in the heat of the moment just screwing up. It was, and to be honest with you, that's on me. I gotta make sure that we understand those things could occur, and how are we going to make sure that he hears what has to happen. So. I'm sure a lot of people were out there saying, and I know it didn't hurt us because our guys came back and blocked the field goal. But, I don't want anybody to think that Graham is anything but a great snapper for us.
Hey, one last question on the punt team. Do you hope that ball clips somebody on the receiving team?
Well, we've done that. We've gotten about 5 or 6 in my career on that. A bunch. And then that's also part of the process too. Is you kick that thing. I just don't think we're kicking the ball, like the way we want it kicked. And he does it in practice, and he does it in the game some. I mean, he's gotten off some 48s. Now, the one thing I can say about DJ is our pooch punt, where he skies it and tries to sky it inside the 10-yard line. He's been fantastic at that, and our guys have been really good there. So there's positives. There's also other things we got to work on, and that just comes back on me to make sure that we're covering everything.
Coach, the defense has been up and down throughout the season. In the overtime, they played strong but came up short. You come into this game against Stony Brook, they got a strong running attack. What do you focus on differently to try and get them into a consistent defense moving into the latter half of this tough schedule?
Well, I'll start by saying I'm not pleased with how we're playing defense. I told the team that on Sunday. It's not anywhere where we need to. The bottom line is we got good enough players, and between the coaches and the players, the coaches got to put them in the best possible positions, and the players got to perform, and that's what it's all about. I think they're grasping the defense. I don't think Dale Matthews had quite the game he's had in the past. But again, that goes back. We put way too much on him. It's like, Dale's got to get everybody lined up. He's got to get everybody moving in the right direction, and that's hard. And now all of a sudden you're doing all that. You don't play quite as fast. So we're gonna condense it for him this week, and we're gonna get lined up and play, and at least get him to where he doesn't. I mean, it is tough. We were in practice the other day, and we kind of said, all right, Dale, we're going to do this, and at this point we're going to do this, and he didn't do it, and we said, why didn't you do it? And he said, well, I knew the front was set right, so I kept it like the front was set the way it was supposed to be, and that's a smart kid right there, knowing that. But we had said we're going to do this based on this. No matter what, even if the front's not set perfectly, to take some of the pressure off of him. But he comes right into practice and does it, the way. So there's a lot of thinking involved for him, but he'll play way better. You watch. He'll come out there and he'll have a day.
Coach, I know you weren't here last year, but have you asked some of your seniors about this game up there last year and how it managed to snowball out of control and what they feel needs to be done a little bit different against this particular team this year?
Well, actually, Kyle Laletta came in my office the other night, and we were talking about the game last year, and to be honest with you, we're a different offense, we're a different defense, that was last year, and we really didn't. I just knew Kyle got hit quite a bit last year, and a couple tip balls for picks and probably one bad throw in that game. And, so he would, but that game really has no bearing on what's going on this year.